So, question and answer time. Any questions? Yes?
How do you deal with performance nerves?
Well, performance nerves. First of all, that kind of nervousness really comes from, living in the wreckage of the future. What you're doing is like running through your head the worst possible scenario. So the question is kind of how to stop that. That's one of the big things. I always found that I had several tricks. In the open mics, when I first started and I was doing a lot of open mics, I would actually say to myself, okay, I'm going to go to this open mic and I'm not going to perform. And then I would get there. That would get me there because it would the nerves. That would get me there. I'd go there not nervous. And then I'd watch a couple people and go, hell, I'm funnier than they are. I'd go and sign up and end up doing the open mic. And then the next day, do the same thing. I'm not going to go perform at that open mic. I'm just going to go there. That was my trick for getting me there, because otherwise I just was so upset all day long. Then the other thing that I've learned is warm up before a show. Not necessarily open mic or whatever. Well, I started warming up because when we were doing 3-minute sets, getting 3-minute sets in open mics, just about the time I felt like I was kind of rolling, kind of just getting, feeling good, the light, and I'm like, shit. So I found that if I kind of got myself warm in my motor going off stage, okay, then I got up and it was more productive 3 minutes, right? Then I looked better, and then I did 5 minutes and all those kinds of things.
Is warming up going over your material?
Yeah, there's a series of ways you can warm up. One is you go over your material. You can think of some ways to trash the previous comedians and roast them. Just, some jokes off of the other comedians' jokes, just comments. I followed a redhead one time, and she was like talking about, what a fuck, and, she had a crazy night of sex last night and everything, and I just messed up my hair, went on stage and said, you have to pardon me, I was fucking this crazy redhead last night. Place came apart. That's what I sat back there listening to her show. The other thing you can warm up, run over the show, just run through it as fast as you can, or do it in gibberish, so that you're not just memorizing the words, you're keeping picture sounds and feelings running through your head. Physically warming up always helped me. It's just kind of stretching a little bit and stuff. Don't overdo that, because you'll get a breath going, right? You'll get up on stage and go, good evening, how are you? Oh, yes. Now, how do you think I know that?
You've done it.
Yeah. I've done it. Yeah. So over warm. And the other thing is, like in open mics, you might get bumped and bumped and bumped and bumped. Pretty soon, 5-6 people bump you and you warmed up physically before every one of them. You're dead tired, man. You just had an aerobics class before you get to actually perform. The other thing you can do to kind of deal with nerves is watch the other people riff the audience. Do crowd work with the audience. And take names. Oh, Bob, that's Bob over there, and he's a doctor of rheumatology. That's Jane, and she's a lawyer. And so that when you go out, if you riff at all, if you do any crowd work, then you won't be asking the same person the same questions. You can just walk out and go, Jane! And probably get a good laugh out of it. It also keeps your mind off of the wreckage of the future, because that's what we're really trying to stop, is give yourself something to do that'll take your mind off of it. Depending upon which club it is, masturbating can help. I used to work at Chippendale, so, part of the
club?
whole thing there. I was the opening act for the male strippers at Chippendale, so there were things. Anyway, the nerves, basically what it really is find your own way to keep your mind from going to those negative scenarios about things, because it's not true. What it is you're making up stuff. It's unreal, is what it is. It's unreal, and what you have to do is kind of go, okay, here's some things that are really going on. So I find stopping that thing is one of the ways, like a mini bit, one of the main things you have to stop in order to deal with your nerves.